What up YouTube, it's your boy Anime Specialist. So this was another great One Piece episode. The Wano arc so far has been amazing, and I can't say it enough, but the animation and art for the Wano arc so far is amazing, man. It's beautiful, so hopefully it stays like that for the remaining of the arc. So in last week's episode, we encountered a new character. Her name is Otama, and Luffy actually saved her life. And in last week's review, I said that I love her character so much so far, and I love her even more because of this week's episode. But this episode was mainly about her and I think Ace, in my opinion, and just the way that Oda, the creator, the writer of One Piece, was able to put Ace in an arc even though he's dead. It is amazing to me because Ace was a character favorite for a lot of person, and just seeing Oda putting him in an arc when he's dead is great, man. I love it. Before I talk about all that, I just want to say, how the hell did Luffy hit the Sunny Go by himself, you know? He doesn't have his crew with him, Sanji, Nami, and all these guys. We don't know where they are right now, so how the hell did he hit the Sunny Go by himself? That's kind of funny to me. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit, but that's funny as hell, man. Anyway, we learned a lot about Otama in this episode, and one of the things that we learned is that she wants to be a kunoichi. And if you don't know what a kunoichi means, it basically means that she wants to be a female ninja. And we already know that in the land of Wano there's ninjas, there's samurais and everything like that, so that's probably the reason why she wants to become a ninja. It was really funny seeing her acting as if she was a ninja with her hand sign, and seeing her throwing shurikens even though she wasn't really throwing shurikens. You know, it's important to have a dream, so if you have a dream, pursue it, man. And she wants to become a kunoichi, and I hope that one day she becomes one. You know, we already saw a ninja from Wano in a zoo. I don't remember his name, but he looked pretty weird, and there was some Easter eggs of, you know, Naruto, because we know that Oda and Kishimoto have a friendship, you know, so hopefully we'll see more kind of Easter eggs in this arc about, you know, Naruto and Kishimoto Sensei's work. Otama wanted to give Luffy a treat because in last week's episode, Luffy saved Otama's life. So what she did is she made some rice, and while doing it, she was really happy, you know. So I thought that the way how delicate she was and how she was preparing the rice, I thought that it meant a lot to her, you know. So then she gave the rice to Luffy, and Luffy asked her if she wanted to eat, and she said no. So at that time I knew that maybe she didn't want to eat for a reason, and that reason is because they're not rich, you know. They're in poverty right now where they live. So the rice that there was that Luffy ate was the only food that they could eat for a while, you know. So they eat rice like 2 times a year, so that's kind of crazy. One for the new year, and the second time for Otama's birthday, so that's kind of sad, man. Otama said that she was living with her master, and we saw her master a little bit later in the episode. Her master's name is Hitetsu, and he's a swordsmith. So he was the one that told Luffy that the rice that they had was the only food that they were gonna be able to eat, because like I said, they're in poverty. And the reason why they're in poverty is because when Kaido arrived 4 years ago on the land of Wano and took control of the land of Wano, one of his pirates, and this pirate is one of the worst generation, Drake, if you remember well, he has a Zoan type fruit, and his Zoan type is I think a Tyrannosaur Rex or something like that, and he came in and destroyed their village. And the thing is, their village was already in poverty, you know, so that was kind of messed up, man. So Drake, like I said, he's one of the members of the worst generation with Luffy, Zoro, Captain Kidd, Law, and every one of them. So right now we know that there's 2 members of the worst generation that are part of the Kaido's pirate, you know. The other member of the worst generation that we know is in Kaido's place on the land of Wano so far is Captain Kidd, and he was captured. And I think he was captured because Kaido gave him a choice. He gave him one choice to, become a member of his pirates, and the other choice was, to be a prisoner of his. So I think that Drake and Hawkins or Dawkins, I don't remember exactly his name, I think that they chose to, become members of his crew. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy that we're gonna see some members of the worst generation in this arc. So far we saw Captain Kidd before the arc really started. Last week we saw a shadow of Dawkins or Hawkins. Let me know in the comments down below what his name really is. And in this week's episode we also saw Dawkins again plus Drake, so right now in the land of Wano there's I think 4 or 5 members of the worst generation, man. And in the arc before, in the Reverie arc, we saw Bunny in what's this name, the land where the celestial dragons live. Yeah, my bad, we saw Bunny on Marijoa. So in 2 arcs we've seen 6 worst generation members, man. So it's gonna be an amazing arc, I can't wait. But yeah, like I said, Drake actually destroyed Otama and Itetsu's village even more than it already was. So that's kind of messed up. But the reason why Otama and Hitetsu are still living there is because they're waiting for someone. We know that Otama right now was waiting for Ace. We don't know who Hitetsu was waiting for now. Hopefully we'll know, maybe not in next week's episode but the episodes after. That was Otama's reaction when Luffy said that Ace died. And the craziest thing is, because they're the land of Wano and that they're not part of the world government, they don't know what the hell is happening in the outside world, so that's kind of crazy that she didn't know, because that happened 2 years ago in the anime, so she's been waiting for him for at least 2 years plus. So that's crazy, man. She had a relationship with Ace, and it seems like Ace was a big brother to her. And Hitetsu basically said that the same way that Luffy arrived on the land of Wano was the same way that Ace arrived on the land of Wano. He was stranded on the land of Wano with his crew, and it seems like that was before he joined the Whitebeard Pirates. So that's kind of crazy. But he arrived at the land of Wano with food and everything, and he was captured by these guys, the villagers from this destroyed village. And Otama was still a very, very little kid, so she was even younger than she is right now. So right now she's 8. She was probably 4 or even younger than that. So that's crazy, that's insane. But yeah, Ace and his crew was captured by them while they were eating their food. And Ace already had his devil fruit power, so he could have escaped and took his food back, but he did he was captured by them and let them eat his food, because they needed him. They're in poverty, they don't eat a lot, and that's how gentle of a soul Ace was. He's kind of like Luffy, but not as dumb, but he was a kind dude, man. He was great. So yeah, Hitetsu said that Ace stayed on the land of Wano in Otama's village for like 3 or 4 weeks, and he helped them with food, I think with housing and everything, so that they would be good when he left. And like I said, he was a kind dude, man. He was great, and he developed a relationship with Otama, and it seems like he promised her that he was coming back. And I know that he died and everything, but I think that his promise still stands, because now Luffy inherited his will, and now he is on the land of Wano. So basically Ace is there with her right now. So that was a cool story, man. Something else that we learned when Kaido arrived on the land of Wano 4 years ago with his crew, he built some factories, and because of all those factories, the water where Otama and Hitetsu live is poisonous, so we saw that Otama drank some of this water. So she already looks pretty frail, so hopefully she'll be alright because she doesn't eat a lot, and now she drank some bad water, so hopefully she'll be alright. But I didn't think that the situation in Wano was that bad when the samurais explained it to us. I really didn't think that it was that bad, man. I thought that it was a beautiful land to live, and that Kaido basically took the land for himself. I didn't think that it was that bad. The factories and the fact that the royal family isn't in the front seat of the island right now. It's crazy, man. I didn't think that the situation in Wano was that bad. So hopefully the Straw Hats, the samurais, and the Minks will be able to take Wano back. And we already know why there's a lot of factories in Wano right now. It's probably factories to make artificial devil fruit, Zoan fruit, because Kaido wants to have an army of Zoan devil fruit eaters. So it's probably that, man. But it was an amazing episode in my opinion. I think that the last 3 episodes for the beginning of the Wano arc has been amazing. At the end of the episode, we saw Hawkins or Dawkins, I don't remember. We saw him, and it seems like maybe we'll see a fight between him and Luffy. Hopefully we'll see it. And I don't remember how strong Dawkins is, but I don't think he can beat Luffy, man. Luffy is a bad son of a so hopefully we'll see a fight between those two, a fight between Worst Generation members. One thing that I really wanted to happen in this episode is Luffy saying that he's actually Ace's brother. I wanted him to say it to Otama or Itetsu, so hopefully he'll say it in the next few episodes. But I know that this isn't really Luffy. He doesn't really care about all that, but hopefully that will happen, man, because when she will hear that he's actually Ace's brother, she'll have a lot more affection for him, even more than she has right now. Unfortunately, next week's episode will be filler-ish, and the reason why I'm saying filler-ish is because it seems like it's gonna be about the One Piece Stampede movie that is coming out, I think, this August, and hopefully it will come out in North America so that I can go see it, because it looks amazing, man. The animation, the art looks like the animation and art from the Wano arc right now, so it looks amazing. There's a lot of characters in this movie. We saw Sabo, we saw the CP0 members, Law, Crocodile, Buggy. There's a lot of characters, so from what I've seen from the next week's episode preview, it will be about Luffy and Hancock. So we'll see, man. Maybe I'm gonna review next week's episode, maybe not, we'll see. But this week's episode was great, like all the other episodes from the Wano arc. Let me know what you thought about this week's episode in the comments down below, and let me know what you think is gonna happen next. Oh yeah, there was even Blackbeard in the preview for the movie, so it's gonna be amazing, man. I can't wait. Hopefully it will be in North America. But I do One Piece reviews every Saturday, so subscribe for that. My bad if the review is this late. I was at a party, but it was a great episode. I also do other anime related things like Black Clover reviews on Tuesdays, Fire Force and Dr. Stone reviews on Fridays, and like I said, One Piece plus Kimetsu no Yaiba Demon Slayer reviews on Saturdays. So stay tuned for other reviews. I'm looking for other shows to review. Let me know if there's other great shows that you want me to review. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, man. Anime Specialist out. Peace.